Going on, everybody? Just wanted to hop on here. We're going to start this morning, doing another live stream recap. We're going live today, and here's the video explaining what happened, so that hopefully you subscribe so you can see the next one happen in real time. So, got my super not healthy, don't do it breakfast, but we're in a little bit of a crunch today. Headed to storage right now. Got to break down the welder, load it up, put it in that empty space, and then head over to the shop and get set up for you guys. I still got to put the car in the right spot, get some lights in there so you can see, figure out where to mount this device I'm talking to you on, also so you guys can see. And the goal today is to get the dash out, front of the cage done, welded back in, try to get the dash back in. Then we can just focus on some seat mounts, and after that it's all the fun race car stuff, like making more horsepower and making the car work. So safety first, as they say. We're getting that stuff knocked out. Still gonna have to order harnesses, things like that, but the fabrication side of this first step of the process hopefully is done today. If not, it's completed this weekend, and we'll go live every step of the way. I'm gonna go to storage and show you guys, again, these recaps are just to show you what goes into the live feeds and then what gets accomplished. So I've got to head over to storage right now. We've got to break down the welder, the cart, grab some tools that we need that are more fab oriented that I don't use in my day job typically, and get them over to the shop and start setting up. So I'm fixing to jump over to storage real quick. I'll show you some of that. Alright, we're in storage. Now we've got to get our interior light. I've already grabbed the phone mount, grinders and stuff, break down the welder, break down the cart, get it loaded, and get it all in the car. Then we'll head over to the other shop. So I do use 2 spaces for a lot of this. The guy I work for, Justin, is amazing human. Allows me on the weekends when the shop's not in use for other things to use the shop space to bring you guys some of the bigger projects live. Coming up here soon though, in 2 weeks, the shop's getting renovated. He's doing the floors. He's dumping a bunch of money in that place. So for that 2 weeks, we are shut down. But what that does is it's going to free me up to do more on this, get this finished up, finalize that floor pan, cab mount there, cab mount hiding in there. They're both pretty rotten. And then I got that center support to do also. But we're also going to start building that guy. All our parts are here. Got the press set up to get the new pistons on, and we're going to start building that motor. And then with enough time, fancy pants transmission cart is going to get put to use. We're going to tear into that transmission to make some changes too. So all that's coming up, but today's goal, get this light set up and all the tools we need brought over to the other facility, Justin's shop, get it set up in there and go live for you guys, which again, we'll be streaming all day today. Derek is going to join us a little bit late, be an extra pair of hands to get that cage dialed in, welded up. I'm just making sure I'm going through everything here so I don't forget anything. That is the caveat. Working in 2 places means you got to remember to move the right stuff to the right place at the right time. So I'm gonna hop off here, get all that loaded up. We're gonna head over to the other shop, get set up, and I'll show you guys that setup too. But for now, let me break this bad boy down and get back in the car. All right, loaded up the helmet so we can check space between your nugget and the roll cage, because NHRA actually has rules for that. So we are loaded up here. Get some things wrapped up in here real quick. Head over to the shop, get set up, and get rolling. Like I said, got about another hour and a half or so before we go live. Actually, probably less than that. And we'll show you guys what that's all about. So, all right, guys, hitting the road. All right, here we are. Got the car moved in all her currently ugly glory. Like I said, this thing sat in someone's driveway for like years, and they would come out and like sand on it and pull stuff out, and they said they rewired it, but I'll do another video on the type of rewiring they did. It's not to embarrass anybody, it's just to show how incorrectly it's done. I'm sure you can see it. That ball of tape is a nut and bolt with two separate cables going from the battery in the trunk to the starter in the front, and it is the wrong size cable. You do have to have a certain size cable. Again, we'll go through all that later. Today is all about finishing this guy. So where we ended up last time we were live feeding is we put the floors in, which have gotten dirty after sitting for a while. Cut out the trunk access area, and we welded in essentially the 4-point with braces and the harness bar. So all that is in 100% welded. We threw some paint on it just to protect it while it sat, because this car does currently live on a trailer mostly because I'm moving it back and forth. So that's that. So today on the live feed, which we're getting ready to go soon, we're going to pull the dash out so that we can get access to run our halo bar, which will run in this area, and then our two A-pillar bars that actually end up extending down here through the dash into a floor plate. That floor plate's not welded, it's just kind of sitting there. So we'll have to clean some stuff up also. But yeah, man, look at that wiring. That is sketchy. They also did things that we don't really like the shifter is mounted to a piece of square tubing that's welded to the tunnel, and they did some square tubing welding stuff there, and then C-channel for switches. They just did all kinds of weird stuff. It's, you know, backyard hot rod, don't know any better. So the live feed's gonna start with me dropping the steering column down, pulling the dash and the gauges, get all that out of the way so we can get access to our A-pillars and start building this cage up. So that's the state of where we left it last time. When we do get done, after we get this cage done and wrapped up, I do have two small little holes I gotta patch right here on the driver's side. No big deal, I can do that after the cage is done. And then we're gonna make seat brackets. We got our high back NHRA approved aluminum fixed buckets here. And in that box is actually 25 feet of brand new properly sized battery cable. So that's, oh man, that was loud, sorry guys. So this is the properly sized battery cable. See how big that is? Let's compare it real quick, just cause. Yeah. So when you're running power from the back to the front, be smarter so you're not making it work harder. Your cables can never be too big. They can always be too small. So that's the current state of the car. NHRA is also gonna make me, because the battery's back here, I'm gonna put a kill switch for power in the back. It'll probably go somewhere in here. Get the license plate mounted, build a firewall there, because we are gonna take this factory sumped gas tank out. We're gonna put a fuel cell in here. So, baby steps. You guys are gonna see this car rise from the ashes, so to speak. So it used to be a beautiful purple car with the white stripes going over it. And it had some little bit of clout. So we're gonna try to bring it back from the dead, but in our own special way. The windshield's broken, so the wipers are already pulled, so what better time to throw a piece of Lexan in there. So Again, we're not worried about the windows while we're doing the cage because they're all just jacked up anyway. So I'll show you guys again where we end up at the end of the live feed. I'm gonna finish getting ready, set the phone up, got the power cord so it can go all day, and get to pulling the dash. We're about to go live in about 2 minutes, so thank y'all for following. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe. I promise to only say that like 2 or 3 more times in this video. That we're gonna get busy and get after it. I have, just so everybody that's watching knows, I have had the seat in here and checked my distances between this bar and the back of the seat. Per NHRA rules, 6 inches is all you're allowed between here and the seat, and I have less than that in my seating position, so we're good. The reason we go off NHRA rules is because that's kind of the quintessential rule book that even other sanctioning bodies reference when making their own rules. So NHRA is like king ding-a-ling when it comes to rules. If you can pass NHRA rules, you will typically pass anywhere else. So by the end of this thing, when this car is what I would call my race car, it will have steel roof, steel quarters, and probably that original trunk. But I am planning on going to a composite door, different hood, just because with the blower motor, I don't know how that's gonna look. And that's actually a really cool hood. I don't wanna cut it up too much. I do plan to do some fiberglass repair on it, which I'll do a video and tutorial on how to do that stuff. But it'll be a composite hood or a carbon hood, Lexan. Obviously the doors will be Lexan, windows, and then windshield and back glass will be Lexan as well. And then I may keep the steel quarters just because these are the Z28 fenders and they're actually in really good shape. But I think I can buy these as composites with those gills in them. So if I can, I'll probably go that way. What I really want is to put that front spoiler back on it, and here's the moment everyone judges me. If I can find a set of louvers that will stay on at 160 to 170 miles an hour, I'm gonna put louvers on it because I've always liked that on these late second gens. I'm definitely dating myself with that, I get it, but I think it's just old school cool. The rear bumper is currently still the steel one off the car from the factory, but it has been pulled in. Normally this bumper sits out about 2 inches. So the car's gone through a lot of changes that are real subtle over its life. It started out as we just wanted to bring it back as the race car it once was, but with anything, it's starting to kind of take a life of its own. So I'm gonna put my own twist on it, put my own flair. Those are going away. I can't stand these wheels on this car. Look at that spacer. So we're gonna get that taken care of. That is the plan for the car. I'm gonna get after it. This video is gonna jump to after the live feed now, and you'll see how far we got, and I'll walk you through all the changes we made today and where we ended up. And if we have to go live again tomorrow, we will, and I'll make that announcement. But that's gonna do it for this portion of the recap. If you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate you so very much. Give me a like, let me know you saw it. And let's go to the end of the day and see where we ended up. All right, here we are, end of day. We got our front halo in, the A-pillar bar over there done. Obviously the dash is out, it fought us a good bit. If you're watching the live feed, we got about 4.5, almost 5 hours done, which means I've been at this for about 7 hours today, so we're gonna call it. All our plates are in, obviously, and good to go. So that's 100% welded. We'll tuck nicely behind the dash. We'll put a dash bar that runs over the steering column tomorrow and get these last couple bars in. Sorry, I was so zoomed in. Get these last couple bars in and get some coating on it so it's done. We got the straps holding the halo in so they match sides, but it's a nice fit, and we're getting it wrapped up. Derek came by and gave me a hand to get that Scott's braided and knocked out and put in. There's the dash. It ended up coming out in chunks. It was so old and tore up and messed up, but we're well on our way to having us something to work with here. So cage is nice and even with each other. Door bar will go in between here, and we'll have a nice cage that tucks behind the dash. So that's how far we got. We are going to go live tomorrow, 10 a.m. and finish this bad boy up. Probably take 4 hours or so, and then I'm not going to put the dash back in. We're just going to drive it up as it sits. Reason being, we're going to go with a different dash. That one fell apart. Not happy with it. So found a couple different options for composite or fiberglass dashes. Thank you again, Derek. Appreciate it. He came in clutch today, gave us a big hand. So gonna put all this stuff in the dumpster tomorrow. None of it's really worth keeping. It's all kind of junk. So it's gonna go away. If we have time, we'll get those mounted and we'll get back after it. So tomorrow morning, Sunday, December 14th, 10 a.m., we're gonna go live again. If you followed the stream, thank you very much. We are gonna do it again tomorrow, like we seem to do every weekend. And again, after this weekend, starting next weekend, we're probably gonna do some form of a live stream every day. We've got 2 weeks where this shop here, which is where we work every day, will be shut down to get new floors done and painted and done up. The building itself is 65 years old, so it's time. So, but we'll be back at it tomorrow. Appreciate you if you came by the live feed. Appreciate you subscribing. Appreciate the likes and comments. Always a good time. And we will see you tomorrow where we get that wrapped up.